Welcome. We're going to do a 30-minute practice this morning just to get you a little moving and a little grounded and centered. Start by just grounding into your hips, letting those drop and draw the spine up. And while you gently close your eyes or just look down, give us a little thought for the morning. Every challenge we take has the power to shake us, to knock us to our knees. And yet what's even more discerning is that jolt itself, is that fear that we don't withstand it all. So peel back the frenzy and the noise, and you'll soon discover stillness within. Allow your shoulders to take a few rolls around, moving the neck side to side, rocking the hips and grounding down. And then allow that breath to travel up the spine on the inhale and down into the hips on the exhale. And we'll start a little movement in the body this morning. That's the best way to start releasing any anxiety that we hold in our nervous system. So you can start to trace a little circle around. And just start slow this morning or whenever time you're watching this, just to loosen up any of those spaces in the hips, the back, around into the shoulders. Think about this as an inhale and exhale. Let's take that circle once more in this direction, and we'll pause at the top. And then we'll circle, exhale, and travel the other way. Just take that as slow, like you're tracing that circle with the crown of your head and back up. Exhale. And inhale. Let's take that one more time and we'll meet back up at the top of that circle for a pause. And allow your legs just to slide out. Give them a little shake up and down as well as your hands. We'll start some circles here. So gentle fist and then toe circle and wrist circle one way and then back the other. We're going to do some heart opening this morning. So we're going to draw this right foot up onto the mat. Let it connect down and then set your hands at the sides of your hips over here on the mat and roll the shoulders away. This will be our inhale as we open up the heart center. Your gaze could be forward or gently up. On the exhale, just trace that hands around. You can give yourself a little hug around the leg, drop the chin to the chest. And then inhale, peel the arms open, allow the hands to connect. Heart center opens, eyes forward or gently up on the inhale. And exhale, a little rounding. You can connect to that shin or behind the leg on this exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to open. And exhale to round. And then open the arms, allow the hands to drop down, roll the shoulders on the back. And then take a couple breaths while you're here. Start to make our way back to center. That leg a little hug in, draw the spine up, and then we'll release. Come to the other side. So right leg slides away. Circle a little, shake out the hands, rock the feet in and out, whatever feels good right now if you want to shake those up and down. And then left foot comes in, that little connection to your mat. Set the hands at the sides, roll the shoulders down and take a nice full inhale. And then the exhale, just start to wrap those arms and hands around the leg, chin to drop to chest. Inhale, peel the arms open, and that broadening across the chest. Taking your inhale. And then exhale, drawing maybe belly to spine, allowing the chin to drop to the chest. One more time. Inhale to open. And exhale to round. A little hug, a little rounding that back. And then let's just take that pause as we peel the arms open, set the hands down, roll the shoulders, eyes forward or back to center, sliding that left leg out. And the hands and the arms and the legs and the hips, a little shake or rock. And then we're going to make our way to child's pose this morning, so you can swing your legs off to either side. Create a little space here between those legs. And then you can start to draw the hips back. Just take your time while you're doing this. If you're a little stiff this morning or this afternoon, evening, just rock back and forth. You can always place your hands under your chin or on your forehead. Allow the head to come down. And then take a little walk, if you can, of those fingers up to the top and create some space down the sides and back of the body. Follow that breath in and out a couple more times while you're here. See if you can expand out in between the ribs, down into the back, down across the hips. If your hands are connected there to the mat, feel the palms pressing down, the fingers spreading out. And then we'll start to draw ourselves forward, chest toward the top of the mat, eyes can gaze up, shoulders can roll down. Allow the front of the body to open. And take a long exhale, sliding back into the hips, back to that child's pose. And do this a couple more times. Take it slow as you inhale and draw yourself toward the top. Roll the shoulders down, open the heart center, that place of compassion. And exhale, sliding back toward the heels. One more time. Inhale, open yourself up to a little giving, little opening, little heart opening, a little bit of love generating to all those people we know. And exhale, back toward child's pose. And pause there for a moment. You should maybe pick up your hands right now, give them a little shake out, or circle around if you need to. You know, we hold a lot of tension in our hands, forearms, wrists. And then we're going to meet right back in the center of the mat, right up onto hands and knees. So knees under hips, hands under shoulders. And we'll start a little cat and cow series. So inhale, taking that gaze up. And then start with the belly as you draw that in, the rib cage toward each other, chin dropping down, let that neck lengthen. And then inhale, our gaze goes back to the top of the mat. Exhale, round up slow. Create a little space up there between the shoulder blades. And then inhale, send your gaze forward. One more time, exhale, round. And then let's just meet here in the center, finding that neutral spine. We'll start a little series as we extend back through the left leg, just pressing that heel to the back wall. And then use your abdominals to start drawing that knee into the chest. You can give it a little hug. There's a little rounding, a little lift to the belly. Inhale, left heel goes back. And then exhale, take your left toes, tap those over here to the right. Even train your gaze. If you want to look, create a little opening on that side of the body. Come back to center with the left leg. And then add that right arm out to find that spinal balance. Let's release it all to the mat. And we'll change sides. So right leg extends, a little pressing back through the heel. And then exhale, we start with that hugging into the chest, a little rounding, lift through the belly. Inhale, press it back. Nice. And exhale, tap it off to the left. And bring that back to center. Right leg back, then the left arm reaches out, palm turns in, lengthen from fingers to toes, and then exhale, set it down. And we'll do one more here with this left leg. Inhale, press. Exhale, round. Drawing that knee in toward the chest, a little rise in the belly again. Inhale, send that leg back. And exhale, tap to this right side. So a couple of options. You can hold that, just allow that left side of the body to open. You want a little hip stretch this morning, or then wherever you're practicing, set that left knee right behind the right one. And then take a little slide of those hips to that back corner of your mat. Reach that back and take a couple breaths. When you're ready to come back up, just slowly rise back to center of the mat, extending back through the left leg, out through the right arm, and find that spinal balance. Very nice. So from here, we're going to take a little roll to this right edge for our side plank. Right hand comes under the shoulder, roll the right foot out, and then start to stack the left hip on top of the right. Send that left arm up. Just stay with this nice stretch here over the ear. Lengthen, maybe the toes even tap to the floor if you need that, or if you want a little more work, pick up that leg and extend out. And then take a moment to roll yourself back to center. You can always go back to child's pose right here, or take that option to curl the toes, pick up the knees, slowly lift the hips, and find that first place in your downward facing dog. But shoulders rolling out, hips rising, gazing back at your toes, and then you can always take a little time to pedal out those heels. Do a little lift and lower up and down on the feet, anything that feels good. Maybe even swaying those hips side to side. And then when you're ready, we'll roll up to the toes, start to travel forward over the mat, allowing the knees to gently come down. And then if you're already in child's pose, you can stay there as we meet with you back into the hips. Give your hands a little shake out here. Take a couple breaths, expanding out between those ribs again. And we're going to do that little series on the other side. So it's all about opening up some space in the body. Any of those places where you're holding tension. So let's meet back at the center of the mat. We're going to meet back here and start with that cat and cow. Inhale, heart center draws forward. And then exhale, start at the belly, round up, hugging those ribs toward the center, and then up to the back. Inhale, gazing forward. And take your exhale slowly up the spine. Just allow that tension to release out of the neck, the head. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, belly, ribs, and upper back. And let's meet back in that neutral spine. And we'll start with the right leg this time. Send the right heel back, lengthening all the way from the hip to the heel. And exhale, hug the knee in. Use that abdominal area to hug it, draw it in. Inhale, send that foot back. And exhale, tap off to the left. Even turning your gaze. Then back to center with the right leg, and we'll add that reach out with the left arm to spinal balance. Good, slowly release it down. Another side, left leg extends. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, extending down the back of the leg out to the heel, and exhale, tap to the right. Inhale, bring it back to center, and find that spinal balance as we reach the right arm out. And release it all back to the mat. So one more time. Right leg extends. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach. And give yourself a little tap to the left. You can always hold this, or you can choose to drop the knee, right knee behind the left. Start to slide the hips to that back corner. So you feel a little stretch down into the hips and back. Pause for a couple breaths. And start to bring yourself back up slow. Right leg extends and that left arm reaches again to spinal balance. And then we'll meet over at the left edge. So left hand under the shoulder. You can roll that left foot out. Start to roll the right hip on top of the left to create that side plank. Remember, your right arm could go up or over the ear. Toes could tap to the floor mat. Or you could lift that leg and create a little more lengthening. Very nice. And then we'll roll ourselves back to center. If you need a little pause in child's pose, just slide the hips back. Otherwise, curl the toes. Allow the hips to reach up and back. creating that inverted V shape with the body. Pedal up the heels a little, move around as you need to. Taking a nice full breath. And then we're going to start to make our way up to the front of the mat. So we can take a walk or a step. Or maybe if you're ready for a little hop this morning, you can take a little hop forward. Get the feet connected. Bend the knees a lot and start to bring yourself up slow. Right up here at the top, we're going to take our feet a little bit wider. Right hand connects to the left wrist. Draw some length up. Let's give it a little reach off to the right. So it's coming out of that side body, and then bring yourself up, inhale. We'll change sides. Let that left hand connect to the right wrist to lift, and exhale, reach to the left. And draw your spine back up tall. Start to open those arms all the way out. Take the hands and give them a lot of support there in your lower back. Roll the shoulders down, take your gaze forward. You can send that gaze out for a little more extension in the spine. Start to come back to center where your shoulders are over the hips. Take the arms up. You can step your feet back in underneath each hip and knee. And start to drop down into that nice strong chair. Start slow. Hug in through the midline of the body and send that reach back up. And our first forward fold this morning. Exhale, fold it down. So use your legs, bend the knees, slide down. And then find that half lift. Give yourself a little support above those knees. And exhale, fold back down. Let's do that 2 more times as we rise up on the inhale. And exhale, set the hips back and down. A little weight drops onto the heels to find that chair pose. Good, hug everything in, rise up slow. Exhale, forward fold. Use your legs for support, bend the knees. And then inhale, lengthening just like we're forming that tabletop with the body. Nice, and exhale, let it release. 1 more time, inhale back up. Try to find that 1 more chair. Maybe you're dropping a little deeper, sending those hips back and down. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Find that little half lift. And exhale, fold it in. And then we'll take a step of this right foot back. We're going to start in a kneeling lunge. So just gently drop the right knee and send the arms up. Make sure that left knee's over the ankle right now. Balance out the hips, and then we'll set the left hand on top of our left thigh. So create a little lift up through this right side. And we'll take our exhale over to the left, and let's give ourselves a little sweep around. You can drop the chest out if you want to take that option. Inhale to rise. And exhale, gentle circle. The arm are allowing the body to come along. Inhale up. And on the next exhale, just set the right hand down right inside that left foot. You can always stay here in kneeling lunge as you send that left arm out, palm is in. You can stay with this, or you can start to pick up that back knee. So there's a rise up into the back of that right leg. And then we'll turn the left palm over if you want to take the twist and bring it up. Taking your gaze off to the left, a little twist into the body. And then allow the left hand to connect. And just take a moment to drop your back heel onto the mat, maybe walking that in a little. Help yourself come up, and we're going to come to our first warrior 2. Take a moment to line up your feet, slide the arms out, balance out the hips. Take a long exhale to sink down. We'll do 2 movements. That'll get us to our side angle pose, but we'll turn both palms up. Start to take a long inhale right up to the center of the body, to the ceiling. And exhale, bending that knee back down on the exhale. And the next inhale, just reverse warrior. Left palm turns up, starting to reach back. And then exhale, follow that back to your warrior 2. Let's do those 2 things. Again, inhale, rising up to the center. You can always straighten that front leg, hug everything to the midline. Exhale, follow it down. Inhale, reverse reverse warrior. And exhale, warrior two. Very nice. Let's do one more. Inhale to rise up, hugging everything into the center. Exhale, back into the legs. And then one more inhale, find your reverse warrior. And on this long exhale, let's take ourselves to side angle pose. Maybe starting with the hand here on that left thigh, lifting up, creating some space. And you can start to reach over. If you want to go a little deeper, remember you can always place that forearm on the thigh or down the inside of the leg. Start to open up the front of the body, each side. And then while you're here, take a couple more breaths, setting your gaze, and all that chatter out of the mind as you focus on the breath. Give yourself a little help when you come up, like pressing back down into that leg with your hand or forearm to rise. Reach back out to your warrior two. And then we're going to take that inhale all the way up. We're turning our toes to the right edges of the mat. And then exhale. You can use this as a fold, maybe with support on the legs as you come down. You can support yourself on your forearms. You can let the head and the arms all the way drop down. So any of those options. Remember finding that balance on your feet, opening the inner thighs, and relaxing the head down. And then we'll start to take a little time to travel again as we walk ourselves to the front of the mat. Turn all the toes forward. Your hands connected on each side of that foot. And then you can slide the left leg back or even give a little sweep up and back. Set it down. And you can travel from here if you just want to work on a little strengthening right now. You can come to a full plank pose. Steadying that gaze right there between your hands, or you can drop onto the knees. Work on just holding that. If you want to lower, remember the arm bones hug in and the elbows slide back as you lower the chest and chin. Inhale, heart center moves forward. And then the exhale, rising back to downward facing dog. Take a little time there to pedal out your heels, or if you need child's pose, it's always there. You can always drop the knees, send the hips back. A couple deep breaths in and out through the nose. We'll do that whole little series on the other side. So just pace yourself along. We'll take a little step, hop, or walk to get us back up to the front of the mat. Set the feet down, bend the knees a lot if you need that. Help yourself rise. Inhale, back to chair pose. Exhale, dropping down and back. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. A moment to find that tabletop as you lengthen from tailbone to the crown of the head. And then let it release. Let's do the left side as the left foot steps back. Drop the knee gently down. A moment to balance out your hips, send the arms up. And then it's the right hand now that drops onto that right thigh. We're going to do those circles so you can reach and lengthen the left side. Inhaling here, and then exhale, start to reach off to this right side. Sweep the arm around or drop the chest down as well. Inhale up, and exhale, circle. Follow that hand back up once more. Exhale, let it come around, and then we'll connect the left hand onto the mat. Remember, you can always stay in the kneeling lunge, but you can reach the right arm out, palm forward and into the inside. And then if you want to add that lift to the back leg, just kind of walk that left foot back a little and pick up the back of that leg. Good. Turn the right palm out, and then if you want that twist, peel it open. Turn your gaze off to the right. And then exhale, slowly bring that hand down. We're going to take our warrior two. So help yourself drop that back heel. Use your leg, help yourself windmill those arms up and around. Take a moment just to check out your feet. Line up those feet, balance the hips, slide the arms away, find that nice grounding in our warrior two pose. So we'll do those two things again. Both palms turn up. Start to straighten the right leg now as you hug this all to the midline. Reach up. Exhale back to warrior two. Then we'll turn just that Very nice. Exhale back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen right up through the midline of the body. And exhale, drop back to warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, warrior 2. Just keep your focus on that breath once more. Inhale up through the center. Exhale back into those legs. Inhale, reverse warrior. And on your next exhale, this is going to take us down to our side angle pose. Set the hand down on the leg to start. Lengthen up out of that side body. You can stay with this. Give yourself a little reach over the ear. And then if you want a little more, set the forearm onto the thigh. Roll the chest open. Take a moment to find that steady gaze. And you can always deepen this if you want to slide down the inside of the leg. Let's pause for a couple breaths. And feel that connection of your feet on your mat, so you can press those down. Use your strong legs to help you slowly rise back up. We'll take this to our side of our left side of our mat as we reach up. Turn your toes if you need to, even walk those in. We're going to take our hands to the thighs. You can just start to create a little lengthening. Any of these options. Set your forearms there on your thighs, or you can take it all the way down with the crown of the head. Just let those arms drop. Release any tension in the neck and shoulders. Roll the inner thighs open. Take one more breath. Start to take a little time to walk ourselves back to the front. Turn the toes, ground the hands, slide the right leg along your mat or give it a sweep up and back. And then exhale, let it come back down to your downward facing dog. Maybe the gazing back at the toes. You can always take that option to move to plank pose if you want a little strengthening work. Drawing up through the belly, lengthening out through the crown of the head. You can always drop the knees. You can do that option of hugging the arm bones in, drawing the elbows back to lower. Give your heart center a little opening again and back into downward facing dog. Always that option to take child's pose as well. Good. Connect with a couple breaths. We're going to get our way back to the mat. So just take a couple of steps out to the edges of your mat right now. So we have a wider stance. And then roll up onto our toes. Start to travel that whole body forward over your mat, gazing between the hands. And then remember, you can always take the option of walking the feet back in, or you can take a little hop of the feet back to center. Knees drop to the mat. Create that space to slide the hips back to child's pose. Remember, your arms can come along your side. They can reach up, maybe a little space under your head to give your head a rest. And then follow that breath back in and out through the nose a couple more times. We're going to kind of come around and come back to that place where we started. Add a little bit more into that heart opening series that we started with. So when you're ready, take your time to come up. Swing those legs back around to the front. Send them out and rock your hips, shake out your legs. Move yourself back and forth so you can ground back down. Okay, so we're going to start, we'll add a little bit more to this practice now. So we're going to slide the right foot in just like we did earlier. Hands out to the sides, roll the shoulders open. So you can stay with this that we did earlier with this practice, with the hips on the mat. If you want to add a little more, we're going to press into the right foot and the left heel, and then lift up to take your inhale, sending that gaze to the ceiling. And then exhale, lower the hips back down slow. And then we'll take our exhale again, wrapping those arms around the leg, maybe dropping chin to chest, taking a little rounding into the back. And we'll do that 2 more times. Open the arms. Set the hands down. You can always leave your hips here on the mat, or take that option to rise up on the inhale. Send your gaze forward, maybe out to the toes, or up, or gently back. So work with your neck. exhale, let it release back to the mat. Exhale, a little rounding, hugging in. And one more time. Inhale, peel the arms open, set the hands down. Feel free to stay here with the hips on the mat. One more time as you rise up on the inhale. And then exhale, back to the mat. And give yourself a little hug in. So we're going to take a gentle twist here. So as you come back up, just help this right knee drop out to the side. This little external rotation of our hip. So if you need to, you can bring that foot down lower, bring it up higher onto the inner thigh. And then we'll just start to sway those arms back and forth. From the right to the left. And keep this real small. It's just like a little swinging motion. This is a gentle twist. From that right knee back to the left. Let's do that once more. Just kind of back and forth. And once you get back to the right knee, we'll take a gentle twist. You can set this left hand to the knee. Any of these options, this might be where you want to pause. You can also draw the knee back up if you want this option, and just wrap that left arm around. Turn your gaze off to the right or back over the shoulder. Just take that slow where you can find a couple more breaths in and out. So if we can expand into the back of the body, across that rib cage. Start to unwind, bring yourself back. Knees all the way out, bring it back up, and then slide the leg out with a little shake. Hands, feet, legs, rock the hips, and we'll do the other side. So slide the left foot up, round that down, and then set the hands at each side again. Roll the shoulders away, and then take your inhale here. The hips down, or press into your hands, press into this left foot and your right heel as you allow the hips to come up. Maybe it's just a couple of inches. Your gaze can go up or out. And exhale back to the mat. A little hugging around. 2 more times. Hands connect down. Roll the chest open. Take your inhale here. Or lifting the hips up. Taking that full inhale. And exhale, allow the hips to come down. That little hug around the leg. Nice. One more time. If your arms are getting tired, just stay with the hips down. Take a full inhale or find that rise up. And exhale, release to the mat, hugging that arms around that left leg again, or around the back of the leg if that works the best. Take a moment to release. You can keep the leg up or you can roll it out just like we did before, this little external rotation. Slide the foot down if you need that as well. And just start with a little swing back and forth. To the left knee, back to the right edge, to the left side, back to the right. Just loosening up that spine a little to move in different directions, and then you can either take your twist here with that knee open, or feel free to pull this left knee up gently and give a little wrap around that leg. Gaze could go just to the left, a little bit more behind that shoulder. Just take that little rotation slow. Find that space where you can take a full inhale and exhale. You're ready to move back to center. Just release that slow. Around, shake out the hands, shake out the legs. If you need to, walk your hips to the center of the mat. And then we'll just take a knee or both knees with us to roll down. And then take a little hug of those knees into the chest. And then you can stay with that. Give yourself a little rock side to side. I'll turn sideways. Let the head drop. Let the hips circle maybe one way or the other. Give them a little hug and release a couple times. Just allow the back to drop and then a little arch to form in the back. times. We're going to just start to release one leg at a time. Just slide those out. Slide the arms up and start to create space. Down the right side, down the left side. Reach up from fingers to toes. And then exhale, let the arms drop up on your side. You can also place the hands on your belly. Rock a little back and forth. Squeeze and release any place that's a little tight right now. Let's just take a couple deep breaths together before we just start to sink into that time of final relaxation. So follow the breath in through the nose. If you need to, you can follow it out through the nose or the mouth. Remember, it'll extend our exhale if we work on our exhale through those pursed lips, like you're blowing through a straw. So you can take the inhale through the nose, exhale through the pursed lips. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, like you're pursing your lips, blowing out through a straw. See if you can extend that exhale a little bit longer. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Body drop a little more onto the mat. Back of the head drop. The shoulders. The arms. Relax through the upper back. Middle back. Top of the hips. Keep traveling down, relaxing the legs. Spaces around the knees. The lower legs, the calves and the shins. The ankles, the feet, and the toes. Just feel free to stay here in your final relaxation. A few more seconds or moments, or even a few more minutes. Thank you for coming to your practice today, taking a little time for yourself. Starts with each one of us giving ourselves what we need so we can fill ourselves up with that compassion, love, grace, gratefulness, and that can extend out from ourselves to others. So take time to enjoy the day, whatever you do. Thank you so much for being in this practice.